controlling on the thumb.
When I pull this out, I put it down, and my arms are. So in other words, this is off the plug. Plug.
Thumb stays sticking.
Right. And like I said, if you grab here, he's just going to pull his thumb up and out. So I do this. It's a weird experience, right? But but you don't get out. There's also a thing in Greco called a slide time. Like normally I can't go around you, right? Because your arm is in the way. So I do this. I actually put my hip on you. You can't stop it. Taking you back. It's the weirdest thing you've ever seen. All right, so let's talk about two hands on the neck. And like I said, there's that push-pull thing, right? We have 4 knees here. If he's not smart, remember, going back to the very first thing I did, body method, which is head, shoulders, and hips straight. If he does that, I'm not going to be able to pull him down. But some people get broken down. And then you see, once they're here, if I can roll his forehead onto my chest, the first knee is coming straight up, it's to the face. Okay? That would be your first knee. We don't do it in amateur because we want amateurs to go to work on Monday, right? But even when you do it in professional, it doesn't happen that much because by the time you're professional, you know this structural thing and you don't get bent forward. I tell a story. You remember Adam Swindell, right? One of the guys trained with me. He's a black belt with me. We went to an event, and then all of a sudden, the other camp wanted to fight with knees to the head, like any class. We thought about it for a couple of seconds. I looked at him. I said, "You don't mind, right?" He goes, "No, I don't mind." And we did it, right? No, the irony was that the guy didn't get anywhere near to knee Adam in the head, and then the guy had no structure, so Adam started kneeing him in the head, and then the other side started complaining. Hey, there's knee him in the head. You're the guys that said the rules meaning he wanted to do knees to the head. I don't know why they thought. Because, you know, every time he grabbed at him, he just kept his hips in. Can't pull me down into the knee. So, that knee I don't think is as important. If I get some space, I have the knees to the body. These are up and in. Up and in. So they're kind of like uppercuts. They're analogous. Now what happens though, he's already doing it. He's using that structure to come in. And then it's hard to do even knees to the body this way. So then you have your slack knees. And again, these are not going to kill anybody. But you take the bony part. And again, let's say he has arms up, right? Well, if I'm the tall one. Feel the bony part against the soft part of your arm? It's not going to kill it, but after a while, it becomes annoying. And if he drops his hands, then I follow up with an elbow or a punch. Okay, so head, body, slap knees. What's the fourth knee, they ask? Eventually, you want to get them off. And like I said, this works only at the beginning. Once he's tight in. So we have a couple of different things that we can do. One is very simple. It's just pushing the face. Usually one hand is not enough, so you cross one or two and push. All right? And what that does is it creates enough space that then you can pummel in. You see how I did that? It's not to push him like that's going to be the end all and the be all. What it is creating space for me to pummel in again. Push. And then pummel in again. All right? That's one. Another one. Right? This is called a cross face because I'm coming across his face and I'm going to turn him. I grab the shoulder, right? He's going to tell you instantly he feels weaker because his head is separated from the rest of his body. Mm-hmm. Once he's weaker, I take the other arm that's free and I'm going to pop up. And then I'm out. There's a couple of follow-ups to that, but this is the, this is the meat, not the gravy. If I do it on this side, look, see how my arm is going to turn his head? And then pop. Right? The whole world changes now. So, face pushing, this is called a wedge.